Building a future from drops of water. In a small village on the outskirts of the city lived a man named Kendrick. He was a simple farmer who worked in his fields from morning until dusk every day. His life seemed peaceful but was full of challenges. Kendrick always tried to give his best for his family despite all the limitations he had. Kendrick grew up in a modest family. His father was a farm laborer, while his mother helped by weaving traditional fabrics to sell at the market. Although they lived a meager life, Kendrick's parents always instilled values of honesty, hard work, and gratitude in him. Kendrick inherited these traits well. After marrying a woman named Grace, Kendrick had to shoulder greater responsibilities. He not only became the backbone of his family, but also a good father figure for his two children, Abella and Harry. Kendrick and Grace worked together to raise their children with love and discipline. One day, the village where Kendrick lived experienced a severe drought. Rain hadn't fallen for months, and the fields began to dry up. Many farmers faced crop failures, and Kendrick's family felt the impact. Income from farming decreased drastically, while the family's needs still had to be met. In this difficult situation, Kendrick did not give up. He decided to try something new that he had never done before. Kendrick began learning how to farm using the drip irrigation method, a technique he heard from a friend. With an indomitable spirit, he borrowed money from his neighbor to buy the necessary equipment. Although many initially doubted his decision, Kendrick remained steadfast. He believed that with hard work and new knowledge, he could overcome this difficulty. Day by day, Kendrick worked tirelessly, installing the irrigation system and adjusting his farming methods. Grace and his children also helped as much as they could. Thanks to his perseverance and dedication, Kendrick's efforts began to show results. The plants in his fields started to grow well despite the low rainfall. Kendrick felt happy seeing his efforts were not in vain, and gradually his harvest increased. This gave new hope to his family and other farmers in the village. Kendrick's success did not only bring progressive impacts to his own family. Neighbors who saw Kendrick's harvest results were also interested in trying the drip irrigation method. Kendrick was happy to share his knowledge with them. He wanted their village to rise together from adversity. Slowly, life in the village began to improve. Many farmers followed in Kendrick's footsteps, and they started enjoying better harvests. Kendrick not only became a role model in his village, but was also considered a hero by many people. His success inspired many not to give up easily in the face of circumstances. However, Kendrick's struggle did not stop there. When the situation began to stabilize, he started thinking further ahead. Kendrick wanted his children to receive a better education, so they could live a better life than he did. With better income from farming, Kendrick and Grace decided to send Abella and Harry to better schools in the city. This decision was not easy for Kendrick and Grace. They had to be apart from their children and work harder to finance their education. However, they were convinced that this was the best investment for their children's future. Kendrick often visited Abella and Harry in the city, encouraging them to study earnestly. Abella and Harry grew up to be intelligent and diligent children. They understood how much their parents sacrificed for their education. Every time they returned to the village, they always helped with their parents' work and never forgot their roots as farmers' children. Several years passed, and Abella graduated from the university with a degree in engineering, stopwatch = 200, while Harry became a doctor. They were both very grateful to their parents who had given everything for them. Kendrick and Grace felt proud seeing their children achieve their dreams. With the knowledge she had, Abella returned to the village and helped develop a more modern irrigation system for the farmers. She also established a simple technical school for the youth in the village so they could learn and apply technology in agriculture. Kendrick was very proud to see his child making a significant contribution to his community. Meanwhile, Harry chose to open a clinic in the village, providing healthcare services to the community who had long struggled to access medical care. With the presence of this clinic, many diseases could be prevented and treated more quickly. The villagers were very grateful for Harry's dedication to their health. Kendrick's and his family's lives were now much better than before. They no longer lived in deprivation, and the village where they resided also developed rapidly. Kendrick often reflected on his life journey, from a simple farmer who almost gave up to a figure respected by many. One afternoon, as the sun began to set, Kendrick sat in front of his house, gazing at the now fertile and green fields. He felt peace and gratitude for everything he had been through. For Kendrick, true happiness was not about how much he had, but how much he could share and benefit others. Kendrick's story is proof that with hard work, perseverance, and a sincere heart, one can overcome all obstacles in life. Kendrick taught us that success is not only about oneself, but also about how we can positively impact the people around us. The inspiration from Kendrick's life will continue to be remembered and serve as an example for many people.